Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. WASDE report out later today, and bean oil is supporting canola. Here's just a bit of a take here from Scott Irwin on X. It's been interesting case here where the USDA adjustments of South America estimates during the growing season, they have the tendency to smooth out estimates. So I would be surprised if the market is disappointed to some degree of the Brazilian soybean number tomorrow. I've been I have a new paper on accuracy of the USDA South America crop estimates, but it's still under review. So, but you can see here, Karen Braun put out some estimates for soybeans and corn, and most importantly, it's what Brazil is going to produce, and I guess Argentina, now that they're getting rain, how much is it going to impact there as well? There's a wide range of trade estimate from 178 to 181. Average is 179. USDA last month was 178. I wouldn't be surprised it stays there actually. Either, or, it could stay there at 178, and that's just an absolutely huge crop. Eduardo Vannon actually just kind of pointing out over the last few years. So January, February displacement of the China participation in buying of the beans from Brazil is shifted lower. So they're finding other destinations, of course, and that's what happens, right? So even with the canola slash soybeans, China's being forced or feeling like they're trade negotiation to buy canola from Canada versus Australia, and then there's the beans with U.S. from Brazil, and that situation all by itself is shifting where and how quickly buyers are moving to find the cheaper source of beans as well, because they're available rather than the Chinese taking them up. Philip Shaw just kind of talked about the bean oil and bullish star of the show. Meal oil futures spreading, rising biofuel capacity. Ideas of India will buy U.S. bean oil, and I put a great big asterisk here. The capacity of the oil crushers are starting to get pretty well. Like there's still a few more plants that's going to get built, but once you reach capacity, I think primarily it's going to find its way to the renewable space. But there's a whole caveat on that, and I'll show you that in an article here as well. Palm oil falls as the soybean oil goes up, and it's just about talking about share and stuff like that. Bessent says that there was some meeting of staff with China, and looking forward to actually meeting again. It sounds like Trump will meet in April, and there might be in the next coming weeks here as well, when Bessent's going to go and meet the trade representative from China as well. Trump set to repeal landmark climate finding in huge regulatory rollback, and that's just to get out of some of this expense that he has. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure how this is going to actually impact the whole renewable fuel space, especially if you're not finding vehicles that are non-compliant. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Bank of Canada warns of energy economy is at a crossroads. Why tariffs, AI, and slower growth will reshape the jobs and affordability. Economic transformation, U.S. protectionism, AI adoption, slower population growth are permanent changes leading to modest GDP growth. So the premise that the current Liberal government has is that they're going to continue to grow their way out of this impending debt that they keep on putting on here. But there's all these problems that the bank governors and bank central banks are trying to balance here as well, and it's almost poor growth with very high cost of living. I thought this was interesting here as well. This is where they took off the incentive for the EVs. The only vehicle that is hybrid electric, and battery has fallen off, and the plug-in has fallen off as well. Trump is there's a bridge getting built between Michigan and Ontario, and he's pushing back on this tariffs on the dairy, and I just put that on or highlighted. But he just wants everything to be pay back their fees and ownership, you name it. He's going to keep this whole trade situation between Canada and U.S. alive, and with friction for sure. Quick look at the weather. You can see that there's going to be some snow in southern Saskatchewan, and in the west in western U.S. as well, and then where it needs a lot of the snow is going to be drier in the next couple of weeks. So basically a trend change here. Here's just two different looks of the European model and the GFS, showing some moisture showing up in Argentina. And you can see that not all models are showing up, but with the same amount. But you've got the showing with some anyway in each of the models in different timelines here. Canola down $1. The European rapeseed down $1.75. Soybean oil is down 12 points at 56.57. Crude oil is up 28 cents a barrel at 64.64. Soybean is up 2.5 cents at 11.13. And your wheats are all down a penny, and your corn is down half a penny. The Canadian dollar is just down slightly as well. So just a quick look at canola. Nice run up here. The 200-day simple moving average seems to be resistance, but it's also matching some of these old highs here. If you haven't got sales made, I would be looking at that 200-day moving average as a trigger to get some more sales. If you haven't got to fully sold here, it's given us a chance that we've been back in the November timeline, and that's not even talking about the weather either in Western Canada, but it does look like we're going to plant more, and it does look like we got moisture to get things started. Now, that doesn't make it crop, I know that. Here's your November contract, meeting some of those November, October highs that we were at. So you got another chance to get some sales made here for sure. And you can see that there's some technicals just showing different ranges of triangles and other technical theories there as well. Here's your rapeseed. It's actually had a bigger increase. And rapeseed priced in Canadian dollars differential is $111. And like I had mentioned numerous times, $200 to $150 to $200 is the range that seems to find canola going that direction. Soybean oil futures just on fire. You've got a triple top basically here that's showing up. Soybeans, not the same kind of length, but nice recovery. Soybean meal futures, a slight recovery there as well. Palm oil, like I had mentioned, it's falling off, favoring the soybean oil and the demand that's going to show up there. We'll have to see how this USDA report kind of puts focus in on the soybeans and the soybean oil. It's hard to rally soybeans significantly when you've got close to 180 million metric ton crop getting harvested at the same time here. We'll just have to see what that number is. Canadian dollar, big jump there yesterday, and basically trading sideways here right now, and it's trading right at that 23.6 retracement value. The US dollar index had started its recovery, then pulled back again yesterday. Gold still keeps on going here, trying to get back to the highs that it just made a couple weeks ago. Silver, it looks like it's trying to do exactly the same thing. Quick look at wheat, the sideways channel. There's basically a triple bottom kind of forming in this wedge, and there's some upside targets just from those formations. Kansas in the middle of the wedge. Chicago, I would say it's a middle of the wedge there as well. It's not breaking out. And look forward to the WASDE report at 11 o'clock Central. That's all I have for you today.